EDP445, who was once a beloved YouTuber, now became the disgrace of the internet after he was caught trying to meet up with a minor almost 2 years ago. And now, with recent allegations that he allegedly tried to meet up with another minor, I think it's best to say that EDP will never change. The story of Brian Moreland really needs no introduction or explanation. I'm pretty sure many people are already familiar, whether it was from that exact incident that happened, or it was just basically due to the many countless of YouTube videos that were talked about him. EDP445 was basically a YouTuber that started off from humble YouTube beginnings. He created his channel all the way back in 2010 and basically slowly built himself quite a cult following over the years. EDP's content kind of ranged from a variety of things, whether that'll be the time that he jacked off so hard that his left leg became numbed, or the time that he clogged a Chipotle restaurant. However, what really set the stage for his growth and popularity was his obsession with the Philadelphia Eagles and his quite emotional outbursts when it came to them losing. Now, while the Eagles are a team that is known to sometimes piss off their fans, EDP was different. His reactions to the Eagles was really emotional to the point where it was actually entertaining to watch, and that's kind of really was the main reason why many people tuned into his content. He was just so out there when it came to it, and a lot of people found that hilarious, and me included basically. As EDP's channel grew and his audience became larger, he kind of made the same mistake that a lot of YouTubers tend to make when they reach a certain height of fame. And that I'm basically saying that he basically exploited his audience, or more commonly, the younger demographic. As we've seen from a bunch of YouTubers over the years, once a YouTuber reaches a certain point of fame on the platform, they tend to get a bit of a, how do I say this? Yes, stick in their pants. For younger people, mainly in this age demographic. What went from just a list of allegations thrown at EDP to a full caught in 4K exposed video on April of 2021, EDP's career kind of went down the toilet ever since. But here's the thing. All this didn't mean a damn thing to EDP. He kind of seemed to have walked away from this unfazed. He wasn't arrested. He wasn't charged. I mean, his entire social media presence was immediately wiped from the face of earth. But overall, EDP has shown no lack of remorse, and he basically just kind of saw this all as a big joke. While many YouTubers would straight out come out and apologize shortly afterwards, EDP didn't do that. He didn't do that at all. Instead, he kind of uploaded a video of him eating a cupcake that kind of shown that EDP didn't give a fuck. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody knew that before this whole exposed video, there was actually some hype building up to it. This group known as Predator Poachers, who also had some controversies in and of themselves, was behind the sting operation that led to EDP's demise. However, before that, he actually was having messages with his minor that was set up by the Poachers, and let's just say, this guy went as far as sending his own dookie to the minor. Like, bro, what? Why? Like, who does that? Also, this guy seems to have a, fetish, so take that however you want to take it. After these Chris Hansen chat logs was released to the internet, the entire EDP hype train was definitely jumping up to the beer hype max. Many people wanted to see that EDP was going to do exactly what he said he was going to do, and that was to meet up with this minor. And if so, then, well, let's just say people are going to be surprised. And surprised they were, because on April 24, 2021, the entire video was leaked to the internet, and EDP's life kind of went down the toilet since. Everybody on the YouTube and community just jumped onto this. You had commentary crews, big YouTubers, even articles was talking about this EDP expose caught in 4K, no, fuck that, 8K video. EDP could have been seen in the video having a complete meltdown after realizing that he's been exposed for the pedophilic actions that he's been denying for almost a year since 2020, and overall he just now realizes that his entire career was over. Of course, he was threatened to be arrested, but therefore he was never arrested.
I wonder why.
After EDP waddles off to his car to spend the rest of his life isolated from society, knowing that he's just been exposed for the horrible crime and the horrible person that he is, he basically didn't care. Now, EDP kind of saw all this as a huge setup against him by the haters and his trolls. I mean, yeah, this was a setup, but dude, you were literally caught messaging this minor, and let's be honest, you kind of foreshadowed yourself multiple times in the past. EDP will try to come out and expose Alex, who was the man behind the Predator poachers. And while Alex does have a controversial history of himself, that is the topic for another video. I mean, that is nothing compared to what EDP did. I mean, this guy literally came to meet a minor. He can try to make as many exposed videos as he wants, but there will, no matter how many times he try, he will never make anybody look as bad as he does. Because, well, unless it's a pedophile, of course, but besides that, he was just literally caught trying to meet a kid and messaging a kid. Like, his messages just shows the type of person that he is himself, even at one point threatening the kid. Like, dude, EDP shows that kind of really have no moral, especially due to many months of him showing a lack of remorse for the situation and just showing that nothing really matters. Like, all this, oh, don't worry, it's just a smack on the wrist. I mean, he didn't get arrested, so he's fine. I'm fine. I mean, he's perfectly fine. Like, no, dude, there is no slap on the wrist for this. Like, I mean, honestly, he did get a slap on the wrist because he was never arrested, which pissed off a lot of people. But, dude, what you did was just so bad. It was just so bad. And the reason why he wasn't arrested is because, well, the Predator poachers didn't handle this in a professional way. I mean, this was a Chris Hansen sting operation. I'm pretty sure EDP would have probably been sent behind bars now. But, no, it wasn't. In fact, you got the more watered-down version of To Catch a Predator. But it still wasn't enough to ruin EDP's career and basically his entire image of him being this really lovable and relatable guy. No more. He was that no more. He was basically canceled afterwards. His YouTube channel, just shortly after hitting 2 million subscribers, was terminated. His other accounts, such as his Instagram and his Twitter, was also terminated. And, well, one thing about EDP is that he doesn't give up, and he will try to come back to the internet no matter what. He even appeared on websites that you probably never heard of, such as 3Speak and Bigo, and even at one point tried to start his own website. As you can probably tell, none of that worked. But EDP was also roasted on anytime somebody got the chance on him, and basically, he was never really welcomed back onto the internet, no matter how much he tried. But, of course, if it was one account that he was actually able to keep, that was his TikTok account. And, of course, TikTok has a reputation of just being this very cringy and bad website in general, even almost getting banned in numerous occasions. And, of course, as many people have been predicting, EDP was, of course, allegedly contacting another minor, which, I'm gonna be honest, what the... EDP445 is like a bloodthirsty lion. Once you let them roam free without suffering any form of punishment or consequence, it wouldn't really take too long for them to go back and try biting again. And, of course, with EDP, it didn't take too long for him to try to get his way back into another underage... EDP is definitely an individual to keep an eye out for. His story is quite a one to be told, and honestly, it's kind of still an ongoing saga. From once a beloved person to now a convicted pedophile, to everlasting success and fame on YouTube, to an immediately dying career, to his numerous attempts at a comeback to the very exact thing that got his career shut down in the first place, it's clear that EDP is never a changing person, and will never change. And I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't really be surprised if he goes for the whole third time as a charm thing. So, like, honestly, if this is really what EDP really wants to do with his life, and just to see him as this type of guy who can always keep an audience no matter how much drama he gets himself into, well, the guy is just utterly delusional. EDP should have been locked up from the beginning ever since that cupcake day, and if he's not locked up now, then that's just only going to add on to this ego even more. If he thinks that there will be no consequences against him, then he's just going to constantly believe that he can continue to do his actions, and hell, even at one point, hopefully not in the future, actually meet up with a minor. I wouldn't be just surprised if this guy pops up on a TCAP reboot in the future. That's just my opinion. This guy's a disgusting person, and he will never change. So, but honestly, that's enough talking about the Malteser man himself, guys. My name is Kazio, and sorry about the video and the audio and all. I do have plans to improve my content over time. I do have a video discussing the Predator poachers and Alex man behind it that will be coming in the future. So be sure to stay tuned to my channel, guys. Peace.